Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast, EP 13, getting deeper into the culture of cannabis. I'm Rick from Uncle Rick's Genetics, and this is the panel. You guys can introduce yourselves. Let me make sure that this is playing. Let me tag some people. Cicero, how you doing, brother? Can you hear the panel, Cicero? Just a question because it's not showing any audio. Right? Yeah, we got the comments put on the screen so that we can interact more easily. But I don't see audio coming up. Yeah, exactly. What I thought is happening. For some reason, audio is not coming out for you guys now, which is pretty interesting. Okay, try to talk now, guys.
Talking.
Check.
Wow, holy crap. All right.
Oh, you're a rock star right there. You know what I mean?
Rages.
Price check, aisle 5.
Well, we can hear.
I gotta go see Sammy Hagar, dude, this year.
But it's like double. It's like double sounds. Hold on, dude.
Well, I'm Matt from the cornfield. In case no one heard me from the beginning.
No one heard you from the beginning, so no one's heard any of you
well,
from the
Allow
beginning.
me to reintroduce myself. My name is Matt.
Dude, that's awesome. The Stones.
All right. So we have something weird going on with your audio. I don't know what it is, but it's like doubling your sound, which is awesome.
Wait, whose sound is being doubled?
I don't know if I'm hearing it twice.
Everything sounds good on my end.
Yeah, I'm not hearing double.
Perfect on my end.
Well, I know, but you guys aren't putting the podcast out, so it doesn't matter what you hear at all.
I suggest you get your shit together.
It was fine. All right, so we're all good now. Sorry, Cicero. What exactly was on the news?
I know what he's talking about down in Pennsylvania.
What?
Right, Cicero?
Call reverb.
No, it sounds or seems like someone took a shot at Trump.
I caught that, and you know what? I ain't gonna listen to that till I know what's up. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't wish Biden shot. No one should get shot. That's against the rules. It's frowned upon in America.
There's so many. Like, we've come so far as a society. Like, there's so many other ingenuitive ways to get rid of people, and yet people still try the old, gunpowder method. That's crazy.
I don't play the game, to be honest with you.
I'm tired of the game.
I don't really think that people need to lose their lives over politics or trying to figure out a way to make people happy as a whole. I really don't understand that. But Rod, just to comment, I think that like historically, that's what people do in this country when they don't agree, which is probably the issue. So like um, I don't know.
Well,
Either way,
well, here's what I know. Here's what I know. When I first signed up for the service, I signed up for me, guys. It had nothing to do with America. It had nothing to do with you guys. But when I signed up the second time and re-enlisted, I re-enlisted for us. I was a whole different man at that point. I was a whole different guy, and for many different reasons, I signed up for a second run. So we have so much we have all in common, no matter what. I'm so tired of division. We can agree on so many hundreds of things as regular human beings that the politicians just don't catch. They just don't get it. They just
Peter
don't, they're not there for us. They're not there for us, guys.
Kevin, thank you for your comment. He said, "Thanks for your service, Rod." It's on the screen there. But
I
then
appreciate that, bro.
Peter Klinger goes, he got a political science history degree and he asked for a refund. They said no.
Yeah, for what?
He asked for a refund and they said no. It's right on the screen. You could read it. Are you on your computer or your phone, Rod?
My phone, brother.
Jeez Louise.
Get mad at me all you want.
I had these comments blown up to a massive scale just so you could read them.
I'm working.
Yeah, so
I'm working abroad today, so
yeah, I'm in England right now, so I can't. I'm in Kuwait.
So my topic is actually I think I'm gonna go like last with my topic. I think that Matt should go first with his topic.
dude, I'm always the opening act, bro. I'm always the
2 weeks in a row.
You're the star, Matt. You know.
Well, I mean,
We're here for you.
your topic
I'm
this week is kind of makes sense to come first because
He's the headliner. You would last.
well, I mean, his topic is growing in mental health. And then, Cicero. We got Matt with growing in mental health, and then Ryan's talking about seed storage and long-term, short-term. Rod's talking about the importance of nutrition, and I was just going to talk about sizing up expectations. So I think that I should close that with some reality check on what what you're going to do versus what you expect to come out with. Matt, I think you should start. Rod should go third. Just saying.
Yeah, I can start. It's not a problem.
Go ahead, sir. Nice hat.
Game.
So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Matt, and I do a lot of things. Jack of all trades. So I don't really suffer, I don't think, from like any mental health issues. I mean, I'm no medical professional, but I'm just a regular person. But it's something that I wanted to talk about. And I don't mean like mental health, like you're a fucking schizophrenic or anything like that. I mean,
Matt, Cicero says to speak up a little bit. He can't hear you.
So
I'm going to turn him up. I'm going to turn you up.
Turn me up.
You've been turned up.
Loose. Turn me loose.
Speak up, bro. Get
Hopefully that's better, Cicero.
that out of there, bro.
So, growing in mental health, I'm not saying like you're schizophrenic. I'm not anything like, I don't have any mental health issues that I know of. I probably do have some, but whatever. But basically, like, I wanted to touch on just like your mental state and growing, like expectations, because like it can be such a therapeutic thing. I mean, that's what it is for me. I love spending time in my garden. Sometimes I don't get enough time in there, but it also could be stressful. Like if a lot of things start going wrong for you, it can kind of like stress you out. It can be nerve wracking. Like you're trying all these different things. You're just continuously getting frustrated. That's one of the reasons why we're here for you guys and girls, and everyone in between, so like growing is therapy for me, like I might have like a tough day at work, or I might just have a lot of shit going on in my life. And like some days I just can't wait to get home and like pop in, my tents. I just spittled on myself, I think.
Patel.
Smoke a bowl, like, maybe just turn some music on or get on a group chat with one of these guys and just, chill. And it's therapy for me. I like touching my plants. I like talking to my plants. I like, um, and other times it's like super frustrating, and like I'll hop on with Eric and be like, dude, I don't know what is going on with this plant. It's being finicky as hell. Like it's just not responding to anything, that it's frustrating, you know.
Can I add,
You're
Matt,
extremely
that
freaking
last
passionate.
week, last week I had the same issue like that Matt's talking about. Like we were, so I got a cocoa, and we were talking about like it being buffered or not. A lot of people says it is. A lot of people says it isn't. It's hydroponic grade, so it should be mixed with perlite. It should be ready to go, honestly. So being that it wasn't, is whatever. But like the four of us got in a panel and worked on this and worked on this and talked about it until we could figure out a way. And what Matt's saying is you might do therapeutic gardening for the fact that it helps you out, and then you might need help to keep your mental clear while you're in it. So there's both sides of that.
100%. And like, we're here for it all. We're here for the good. We're here for the bad. We're here for the ugly. We're here for any issues that you guys might have. I don't want to call myself like a counselor or a therapist, but I mean, it's not just like your mental health goes so much further than like your just regular day to day, like if you're like suffering from certain things, or you have certain issues going on, or just maybe like you're just having a rough day, a lot of people like myself, like that are in our community, like they go to their plants, and just like chill out. It gives them a safe space. Like, like you should have that safe space, like where you feel 100% comfortable and relaxed, and like it can be a really good thing, and it's important to keep those things in mind. Are
Need
you
a
leaving?
poster, man. Just to comment on Bobby Liberty had a Liberty had
Bobby Liberty.
a comment here. It says undiagnosed ADHD autism led to PTSD in service, which went undiagnosed until it became BPD. But I'm trying to unsuccessfully treat my depression. It progressed to DID. Do I actively fight them all? I mean, that's the thing, man. If this helps you, and you might have discovered it does or it doesn't yet, but or you don't have the right, compounds of this plant, but it could help you with all of that. I know a lot of people that, you know, um, literally just use this plant.
I mean, just like gauge, like how does it feel for you? Like if you're suffering for all those things, and like, and you go into your tent or your room or wherever you're at outside, like I don't know. It's just for me, it's like the peace and quiet. It's just getting in there and being able to manipulate your plant and cut a couple leaves off here and there. Like your focus is not on everything that happened to you throughout the day. Like your focus is you and your plants and what you're doing in your garden. And some people, it might only be a 10-minute day. You know, maybe you just need to water and that's it, you know. But like if you want, like just chill in there. Like the things, spending time with your plants, just touching them, just breathing, like your off, like your off gases as a human are what plants uptake, you know, like
CO2 and talking.
just being present, you know, and find, like I find ways to, I guess, take up some of my time if I have the time, you know, and I just hang out with my plants and, you know, I'll talk to Eric or, you know, hop on with whoever and like I'll just put my phone on the tripod and, you know, just hang. Like trim jail is another one. Like everybody hates trim jail for some reason.
That's a great day, though.
I let me not say everybody because there are people that do enjoy the process.
I like trim jail.
I mean,
I don't like trim prison.
Yeah,
Like there's a
it
jail sentence
depends.
and there's a prison sentence, you know. I'll take
jail
a jail
short term.
sentence.
I mean, I don't mind trimming my plant. You know, I like. I mean, I'm gonna smoke it, so I'm very meticulous in like what I take off and what I leave on. But like, yeah, I mean, mental health is huge, and so many people like have, you know, especially in our community, like not everyone. If you were just a recreational smoker, and like most people aren't that in these communities, most people have a purpose. Most people are looking for medicine and different ways to fight, you know, a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of shit that's going on with them. And, you know, I think people get away from that in this culture a lot. You know, like it's just like, oh, we're just growing weed for fun, and you know, we're just whatever. No, like that's not why everyone grows. You know, like I know people that don't even smoke that grow for their wife who has, you know, cancer or, you know, and they're trying to be a great life partner and, you know, walk with these folks along their journey and trying to genuinely help their significant
Damn.
others or, you know, a lot of people don't know this. Like my kid's mom is like stage 5 kidney failure and, you know, she's a type 1 diabetic and there are certain strains and certain things that, you know, you can grow and do that helps different things, you know.
She got that dialysis going on, Matt.
Yeah, she definitely does.
All right, brother. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, so it's like, you know, even if it's just like being able to relax, you know, because life is stressful, you know, like just that little bit of, you know, dialysis is a process, you know, and, you know, it's stressful and operations and doctor's appointments and like these people are under a lot of stress. A lot of people that I've known that are like in some serious stuff, you know, like they suffer from depression, you know, they suffer from, you know, anxiety of like, hey, you know, where am I going to be in a year? Like I have kids, you know, am I even going to be here? um there's a lot to deal with mentally, you know, and sometimes just even if it has no medicinal use for that person other than just being chill and relaxed and not, and like you have less worries, like you're just genuinely a little bit more happier because you're stoned, you know,
And
or
just
maybe it's an
fucking chilling.
appetite thing, you know. Just that little bit of, just those couple hours of like, hey, I'm not really worried about this right now, I'm stoned, I'm sitting by the fire, I'm relaxing. Like I'm not worried right now. Like just that mental break, that 2-3 hour mental break of whatever, you know, like that's important. And as a grower, like I look for that. You know, I have kids, I have a lot of stuff going on in my life. And sometimes like I just want to relax, man, you know, and like a lot of that time, like I find like that's my sanctuary. Like my kids don't really bother me. Like they'll yell up the steps or whatever, and that's okay. Like I mean,
Go to bed. Do what your mother tells you.
and like they can come up and like, you know, as long as they don't do anything crazy, You know, like my 4-year-old, he likes to touch all my shit and be like, "What's this?" And he's got a pair of trim scissors in his hand. I'm like, Jesus Christ, he's gonna cut his fingers off. You know, are these
It's to lop his
scissors?
fingers off.
You know, can we do arts and crafts with these? You know, it's just like I don't know.
Hey, you know, some people might have the mental health factor of this, where they get to kind of defrag themselves.
I was just gonna say that, man.
They
That's
get
what I use
into
it for.
a podcast. You know, you could get into a podcast, listen, you know, just get information, go out in your tent, sit there, not in your tent, but sit in front of your tent while information's coming down the pike, you know, and all of that could be someone's ritualistic, you know, like therapy, where they get to just disappear into the information. They get to be in front of their plants and get to assimilate some of what we're talking about. You know, in real time, and then apply those things as well. I really do think that having some regimen in taking care of something that can't care for itself, that's gonna feed you. My buddy today said an old saying, which is "water the plants that feed you." You know, I kind of feel like that applies a lot in cannabis. Like, you know,
Just water your plants and they'll feed you. Is that what you said?
no, water the plants that feed you. So, you know, that it's really about, like, you know, doing doing what gives back to you, doing something that gives back to you. So, like, you know, you have this type of a hobby that will give back to you. So, you know, like, that's a plant to water in your life. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's going to fulfill you, and it's going to return the favor. You know what I mean? Instead of doing something that's not going to really return anything to you.
And like, here's the thing too. Like, it should be fun, no matter what your purpose for growing is. Like,
If it's not, get out of it.
well, I'm not saying get out of it, because
It's
you
supposed
know
to be fun.
there is a learning curve. You know, with anything, you know, like, you know, if you never bowled in your life and you go bowling and you do terrible, yeah, it's like, oh man, I don't know if I like that. You know, I didn't really do great as everybody else. Maybe bowling's not my thing. I get it. And this is like the flip side of that coin. You know, it could be frustrating. You know, it could be stressful, because you're investing not just your time, but your money and a lot of other your emotions, you know, into something. You know, if it doesn't go the way you want, or you don't have a good end result, you know, that's okay. You know, just like anything in life, you know, you just I mean, some people get it right from the jump, you know, like they're just that kind of green thumb and they just understand it, you know, and great for them, you know, but the majority don't. And it can be stressful and frustrating, you know. My whole thing is, you know, don't give up on yourself. Um, do your research, relax. It's okay. Like, we're here to help you. That's why we're here. You know, we're here to alleviate a lot of that from your life, the best to our abilities, the best way we can. Um, but essentially, it should be fun. You know, it should be. You know, like when I do events and I see couples come up to like our booth and are interested, like, I love it, man. And I get them almost every time. And my intentions are my intention. I don't mean that like I'm
They're
some like,
pure. No, your intentions
no.
are pure.
My intentions are 100% pure because I've done it myself. You know, like, but when I see a couple and like I'm like, yo, why don't you guys like make a thing out of it? Why don't you guys grow it together? Why don't you share the responsibility? And then like you grow it together, you're spending time together, you're bonding over these plants, you're interested in it, and then and at the very end, like, how cool would it be to have your, you know, the girl you love, the dude you love, you know, maybe it's just your best friend in the world, who cares, you know, to sit down on the couch, pack a fucking bowl of this shit that you grew together, and you smoke it, and you're like, wow, this is fucking amazing. I can't believe we did this. Like, we'll never buy weed ever again. We're just gonna grow all
Yeah.
these plants and do this all the time, and you know, like, and that's what that's what the plant should be about. It should be about bonds, relationships, you know, bettering. Like, cannabis is just an all around. It's an enhancer of life. in all aspects. It should never be a burden. It should never be, and it is sometimes, like,
It can be.
people wake up, they got a headache, the dog's got to go out, you're like, you fuck this dog, like, just shit on the floor, like, I don't even give a fuck. I'm just not with it today. I'm definitely
Never experienced that ever in my life.
I'm just saying. You're gonna have days like that, But what I say to that is, you'll never appreciate the beautiful sunny days without shitty rainy days. Like,
Right.
you need to have the bad to appreciate the good in life. And you need to know what the good is so that you know what's bad. And get elevated, get stoned, go in your garden, relax, take your time. Rod's dying.
Sorry, guys. I got greedy.
just take a break from life and just focus on, like, your plans, what you're trying to accomplish, and have fun with it. If something doesn't go right, pick yourself up, man. It's not the end of the world. It's a couple weeks, couple months. Maybe it's something you could fix. Maybe it's something you can't. You gotta start over. That's okay. You learn something. You learn not what to do. I know we talked about, a couple weeks ago, maybe it was even last week. I don't know. My days sometimes jam together. But Rod said, I found out everything not to do, and this is just another thing that you found out that you shouldn't do.
There's a lot of that, brother. There's a lot of
And,
that.
like, here's another therapy thing, and then I'm gonna close on this, and I don't really do it, but I have done it, and it can be therapeutic. Like, grow journaling, man. Like,
What'd you say?
grow journaling. Have a grow journal. Write it down. Just be like, today I was pissed off. Fucking fed my plant 800 ppms of straight nitro, and things doing awesome now. Like, turned a bad day into a good day. And journal yourself, and that's a way to track, and it's a way for you to just focus on something other than, my boss yelled at me today, or,
Did meet my quota.
right, just anything. Like, you're home, you're in your happy place, you're at your girl, like, enjoy it, have fun with it, don't ever let it stress you out. If it starts to stress you out, get in the chat, or, message one of us, or get with your other Facebook groups. I'm not saying it's got to be us. Get with your friend. Talk about it. Don't let it overwhelm you, because it's really, at the end of the day, it's really not that big of a deal. We do this stuff to have fun, to get inexpensive medicine, to grow things the way that we want to grow them, ingest the things that we know are clean, that we know are beneficial to us. And I mean, it's a good process. I mean, everyone that's ever grown a nice bud and has smoked it, you're proud of yourself, and you deserve that. You deserve all that recognition because you put in the work, you put in the time. This isn't like, I just went down the street for 2 days and came back with this. No, this is a process, and you deserve the best results. And that's another reason why we're here. Like, we're gonna help you get the knowledge, get the experience to grow to the best of your abilities, and you're going to continually get better. Like, we wouldn't be here if people didn't get better. Like, we're constantly progressing, as individuals, as growers, as nutrient makers, as businessmen, as all these things. We're growing with you guys, maybe in a different way, but we're here to help you, and we're constantly reaching new people, and it's a great thing. And I just want everyone, and like, I just wanted everyone to keep that in mind. We're not just here to essentially shoot the shit and try to sell you stuff. We're here for you guys, and that's huge. All of us are here. And if
Speaking
you can
of,
take just a little bit of that away, then I hope you do awesome.
Yeah, I agree, Matt. Definitely, everyone keep your grow me on
tips,
speed
Pete.
dial when you need help.
I take tips, Pete.
I'm glad Ryan's there, so I can't follow that.
Matt Plant Daddy, parts unknown. It will get to me.
Someone, they know where to send it.
They know.
Ian McLean, how you doing, sir? So our our topics need a little bit of change, or we're going to be on here for a long time. But Matt, you're very your topic is very expensive.
I was trying to find the plane that was flying overhead, so it looked like one of my backgrounds. The chopper.
Yeah, that's a little
harder.
harder.
Been with us from the beginning.
It's a little hard to do when you don't have a filter with flying cats.
Yeah.
And the weird little helicopter.
And it doesn't. Another thing, it doesn't even gotta be weed. Like maybe you're here for something else. I don't know. You can fucking while somebody else is talking, I'm gonna walk over to the fucking garden and just, we've got vegetable gardens. Big.
You got tomatoes?
Dude, I got it all, buddy.
Well, you need to put some utopia on those tomatoes. Just so you know.
Listen, when you see them, you're gonna be like, nah.
Yeah, don't mess them up, right? Don't mess them up.
Over there, you're doing good.
And don't change a thing.
Ryan, you can go ahead. I'm gonna shut Matt's camera off if he tries to make his topic keep going. Oh, he's there. He goes.
Those are all tomatoes.
What?
Got watermelons.
Yeah.
Look at this fucking lettuce, dude. Peppers.
Got cucumbers? You got cucumbers in there?
Yeah, I got all that shit. I got herbs over here. We got some dill.
Is that all you, Matt? You planted that shit?
Yeah. Me and my girlfriend.
That's awesome, dude.
That's cabbage?
Cabbage, lettuce.
Yeah.
Arugula. Swiss chard.
Arugula. The fuck is that?
Arugula?
What's up, Ron?
We're actually on for our subscribers, but Facebook just didn't work. So this is actually just live. So if anybody wants to tag anybody or share, this is actually pretty strange that our live is coming through not
Those are beautiful, man.
Subscriber only, but
got some sweet potatoes over here.
Yeah.
And these are fucking 8 foot tall fucking corn stalks.
That's yours?
This is at my girlfriend's house. Like that's.
I mean, you did that? The corn?
We planted all. No, I didn't do the corn.
Oh, okay.
I'm on a
backed
farm
up to a cornfield.
I don't know if you can see. I'm on a
backed up to a cornfield.
I'm on a big ass farm.
It's a beautiful, peaceful place.
Yeah, it really is quiet.
All right. Actually, on Max's comment, Matt, you had a lot of deep, meaningful thoughts. This podcast, you killed it. You did. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But we have to turn the mic over to Ryan, or we're not going to get our topics.
Yeah, that was nice, Matt. That was like a TED Talk, you know.
I feel so much better now.
We'll call it a Matt chat, you know.
Fucking mood.
It was a Matt moment.
Yeah.
He's
Matt.
like an indica.
So no, I wanted to touch on seed storage and what you guys do for long term. I was going through my stuff earlier today, and I just know the way I do it, and I just love hearing the way that other people do it. I keep mine in like one of those 1 gallon big mason jars with like the latch lid and everything. And then I keep it half full with those beads, those moisture beads that like let you know if things are getting moist in there. They like turn color. And then I keep mine in a mini fridge, so it stays roughly around 40 degrees and like 20% humidity.
So this is what you do for all seeds, just all the time?
Yeah, I just keep them in that mini fridge, and
So,
I've had luck with it.
Long term or short term, they go right in the fridge.
Yep. And then if I'm going to use in the next like couple days, I'll let them sit out to room temperature and then do my thing with them.
Yeah, typically.
I was just curious, what you guys do.
Typically, if you have a house that's air conditioned,
Yeah.
moisture is really your
You're sending me.
nightmare.
Yeah.
Dave
Because then I hear
McNeil.
some stories of people who was like, oh, I had this seed in the drawer for 10 years and they plant it and then everything's fine.
What's up, Dave McNeil? Welcome back, bro.
They are-
That sucks
they
how
are
your
seeds.
Facebook got hacked, dude.
Oh, no.
I mean, seeds are meant to be preserved,
Yeah.
naturally.
Send,
I don't do
send me a
anything.
message, Dave.
You just chuck them wherever?
Josh Wright, how you doing, bro?
Throws them out there.
Drawer, like bathroom.
Dude, I got seeds all over the fucking place, dude. Like, I forget where I put stuff, and like months later, I'll just be like, "Oh shit, there's the gas nana that I got like 3
Do you
years."
like forget about your harvest? Some places you just whip seeds in
Dude,
and forget about that spot.
I've had plants hanging like for fucking months. Like, I used to troll people and be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna send this to your house," and like, you could use it to like sweep your front porch because it's dirty, you know. But no, I mean, my seeds, like, I don't know. I was gonna say like I don't store shit. I just put it all in the dirt. You know, I was an addict at one time. You know, and like I just couldn't stop popping beans. So like,
Shout out to
you
Bean
know,
Poppers Anonymous.
me and Eric joke about Bean Poppers Anonymous. You know,
Dude,
like,
that group cracks me up.
you know. Hi, my name is Matt. I've only been sober for
And the
3
big
hours.
poppers, so
You know, I'm like relapsing on the live. I'm like, fuck
hilarious.
it. I started one. I might as well start 49.
Hi, my name is Rick, and I have a problem.
And it's definitely. But no, like, I have a little toolbox. Nothing crazy. It's like Harbor Freight, dude. I just throw most of them in there. I mean, they're in vials and cases, and inside they're, you know, Mylar bags and whatever they come in, or, you know, I mean, I've never had really any issues with germination.
No.
I'm actually pretty good at it, believe it or not. I have a really high success rate. And my method is like tried and true. You know, I think I do like the easiest method. You know, I do like an 18 to 24 hour soak, taproot or not. Like, if that seed's open, not, I don't care. Like, it goes in the dirt. You know, and if it comes out, it comes out. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Live or let live. Yeah.
It wasn't meant to be. You know, I don't want any bullshit. I'm not like digging around. I mean, I do check from time to time. If it's been like 3 days, I'm like, what the fuck's up with this thing? Like, you know, I'm pretty good at getting them up and out in like, you know, a couple days. You know, so sometimes I just check, but like most of the time my seeds are just fine. And I've had shit for fucking years, man. Like,
I was just gonna ask you, what's like the oldest seed you've popped?
Shit. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I would have to like really go. I have so much, dude. Like, I have an absurd amount of strains. It really, like, dude, I've given more than half my shit away, and I still have like, I don't even know, like hundreds of strains. And I'm constantly trying new stuff. I rarely ever grow the same thing twice, to be honest with you, unless it's like, bro, I gotta grow that shit again. You know, I mean, I'll get back to it. I have years, man. I have so many years. Like, these things, just by themselves. I mean, even if you're not like meticulous, you know, like Ryan is, and all the power to you. You know,
Yeah, little OCD down here.
I mean, hey, some of us are. You know, others. I mean, I'm OCD in different departments. I'm sure that, you know, you can just like give two shits about. You know, that's what makes us different as humans and growers. You know, but no, I mean, you know, if you feel like you're more comfortable with throwing them in a mason jar, throwing them in the fridge, keeping any type of packages in there that give you information, I mean, it's only going to help you. You know, it's not going to hurt you. You know, as opposed to the person that like gets a package in the mail and it stays on their island for 9 months, and you know, then you're like looking for a bill or a phone number or a message that you wrote down. And you're like, oh shit, I gotta get to that, and then you're like, oh, surprise. You know, I have stuff in my bedroom, in my sock drawer. I have shit in my toolbox. I have shit on my cart that I have up in my grow room. I have shit in fucking bubble mailers, box, like you name it. You go anywhere in my house, dude, you're likely to find a seed. There's some on my nightstand that aren't even in anything that I just found and like, bug. I'm like, oh shit, a seed. I'll just put it right here for now. I'll put it somewhere and label it later, and I never do.
Yeah.
And I find it like 3 years later in like a change jar, and I'm just like, shit. But I'm telling you, dude. Like, you go in my bathroom, you probably find a seed
Find
somewhere
one.
in there.
Right? You just walk around with a spray bottle and start spraying corners of your house and see if plants start germinating.
By a mosquito, and he's like, "Dad, do we have any calamine lotion?" I'm like, "Sure, it's in the fucking bucket in the bathroom." She's like, "Oh, there's packed seeds in there." Like, it's that crazy.
See, I'm total opposite. I want all mine in one spot, and I know what they are, and that's funny, dude.
Yeah, man. Fucking, you get to a certain point where you just got to turn your air conditioning down a little bit and rock out like that, just call it a day because, we have a full-size fucking refrigerator just for seeds. Like, you get to a point where you have so many seeds, that...
I just get a little mini fridge that just for them. I put a couple drinks in there down in my grow room.
Yeah, my mini fridge would be filled. I would never open it, and it would just be sitting there running, like,
Yeah. I have shit that me and Eric worked on, like, years ago that I've never even got to grow yet. Like, I got the Black Widow. I still have a couple of those. And
cracked one seed.
Same here.
I mean, I've popped them for
have you?
shows, like that's one. I think we did that. The last event, we had some Black Widow for sale.
Right. Because I was like, dude, we never did anything with this from years ago. He was like, all right, let's do something. Rod, we have close to 25 minutes left. Like to take?
I get the whole time.
Take the mic. Well, I mean, I don't mind if I don't have my topic tonight. That's okay.
Yeah, you should let me go last because I talk like a motherfucker.
Well, you're a good finisher and a starter. I could have never followed you, bro. Now. But I wanted to add to what you were saying. When you were talking about, life in Canna and bills. And it's supposed to be fun. And I said, if it ain't fun, don't do it. Quit it. Well, I've had a lot of unfun growing weed. And I've had a lot of great fun. So as long as the good always outweighs the bad. Like, I remember, in my flower room, I was afraid that the temperature was going to change more than 15 degrees or 10 degrees with lights on or lights out. I went in there with my underwear and fell asleep in my flower room just to see if I got cold and woke up, it was too cold for my plants. I was like the alarm clock of my flower. And I slept in there for hours one night just to be sure my girls didn't mess up. And so I understand when you say about can it be a part of your life, that makes so much sense to me. And feeding your plants good stuff, whether it's liquid compost that you've done your whole life in your backyard and you've got the formula, or you do liquid newts with our stuff. If you feed your plants awesome, and I used to sit in my bedroom in a camping chair and just sit in my bedroom for 2 hours, listen to Def Leppard with my indicas. Just jamming out with my plants and smoking strains in there, and just it's very therapeutic if you've never done it, if you never looked at it like that, or never felt it like that. So I just wanted to compound on what you were saying. It's really important.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. That's too true.
And you ever lose a 25-pound harvest with a $1,200 electric bill?
No.
That's a bad day, guys.
That's a bad day.
That's a bad day. So like I said, it's not fun. Get out. What I say is that you should try everything in your power to find the fun in it, because it is fun. especially when you get proud of a plant you grow. Like if you nail one, you're like, look at this. You're like, and you're proud of your plants, right? Like being proud of your plants is like being proud of your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Almost, but not quite. You know what I mean? But in that same zone.
For sure, man. I think
100%.
I think that if you even look at the science of how wavelengths and energy and not photons, but electrons move through things, you can actually. What happened to Ron? Oh, Matt. Yeah, you have to stay like that, Matt.
I was
Don't
trying to read
move.
I was trying to blow the screen up so I could read the comments.
You would have had to start out that way, so we can stay there. But I actually forgot what I was saying. That threw me off so hard. The whole screen just changed. I was like, what just happened, dude? Oh man, yeah. Well, I would have finished that thought, but I'm pretty stoned, and that threw me way off track, dude.
I'm the king of fucking shit up, so.
Well, I mean, thanks for helping me get back on track. 3 other people sitting here, so I guess I'm not the only super stoned one. Fuck, man. No one else is like, oh, you were saying this, but anyway, yeah, man, fucking. Oh, I do remember. So the way that this all works is if you were to like be having a day where you're just drained of energy, there's actual scientific proof to the old hippie tree huggers, people that go and hug a tree, literally sit at the base of a tree, connect to a tree. Trees actually give off a lot of fucking energy, and it's kind of crazy, but that's been proven. The same thing with dogs. A dog will go run around in the yard, and they get grounded, and all these, it gets this electrical charge, and then the dog comes back in, and you hug your dog. You can actually take that electrical charge off the dog. It's like a transfer, and this is something that is not only happening with just another living being, but it does happen with plants. So, and the exchange goes both ways as well. Like you might touch a plant and then give your electrical charge to the plant as well. So, like there's a relationship between physical interaction between you and plants. There is an actual connection with that has to do with your energy, and it's kind of crazy. That's like it's not just like a thought anymore. It's proven. People have proven that. So if you want, go check that out. That's actually a pretty cool topic.
Yeah, I know. Like every time I leave my grow space, I just feel better. I feel like happier. Number one, I love it. And number two, yeah, the energy of the plants, man.
I mean, you feel like you're accomplishing something.
Right, exactly.
Well, there's a level of accomplishment too, right?
If everything in your life is going to shit, but you have that one thing, and that might be your plant that's doing really well, guess what? That's going to keep you around. Like that's going to keep you here. That's going to keep you in the present. That's going to keep you grounded. You have that one thing to look forward to. Like you're like, man, I hate my job. Like my kids can be assholes sometimes. Like I'm just over life, but you're like, man, I can't wait to get home and get to my plants.
I grow some good weed, right?
That's where you feel like your time, your energy, your thought process, your dedication are you're seeing progress. So like it's definitely your spot. It is for me, and I know for most people that are in this community, that's their spot too. Like we wouldn't be doing it if we didn't enjoy it, if we didn't get something from it, and not just the end result of like smoking weed. Most people that I know that are just like potheads that just want to smoke weed, they just buy their shit from people like me. And I don't really sell it. Not that I care if I did or not.
It's a donation.
But like it just is what it is. People that don't find it fun or therapeutic, they don't do it. Like they don't have time for it, and that's okay. We're not here to cater to the entire world. I mean, we are in our community, but not Joe regular down the street.
How many people don't grow their own vegetables?
Mm-hmm.
And they
Nope.
eat vegetables every day. You know what I mean? Would it be therapeutic for them to grow their own food? Most likely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The feeling of accomplishment, getting something back for your time and effort. It's something else. Eating something that you've spent your time to, you spend your time on something, then you can eat it. That's so weird. Like it's so different than anything else. Like you work with carpentry or something, you build it, you get to back up and look at it forever. With plants, with plants, you grow it, you have something you can smoke. But growing your own food is like once you do that, it's you have that same feeling that can't go away. It's a different level of accomplishment.
I can't wait until this corn's done so I can start ripping ears off and
There you go, dude.
My,
I'm gonna cook it.
Shuck it.
So like no, I'm not. I don't even shuck it. Like, dude, I rip it off the plant.
What, you eat the husk?
No, I
The animal?
I grill it, dude. I grill
Oh
it.
yeah, dude.
Husk on
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
everything, and then I'll peel it.
Yep.
Something Peter brought up that all trees are interconnected by the mycelium transmission. If anybody knows what he's talking about, there's a big article covering this like 2,000 acre like mycelium interconnection under the ground. They call it the wood wide web. And things in nature kind of work the same way that we do, and they have this wood wide web which is what they call it because these trees and everything get nutrients from the soil through the mycelium. So they're actually trading sugars from the plants for nutrients in the soil. And the craziest part about it is it's like a stock market. Because the mycelium will decide, like, I'm not going to do the trade. So, essentially if a tree, like, let's put it to an extreme, but if a tree were to stop producing the correct saps or sugars for the mycelium, essentially the mycelium and the rest of the trees could just starve that thing and it won't give it nutrients. And vice versa, it could give it more than the rest of it around it. So it's kind of crazy. It's like they checked it with electrical impulses, and the electrical impulses could actually follow molecules, and then they can get a directive flow to see which way these things are flowing. And until there was the right trade set up from the plant to the mycelium would hold off on giving nutrients to the plants. So it's kind of crazy, but it's just like, nah, I'm not. That's not a good trade.
You're cut off.
Work harder. Work harder. Bring me back what I need, or we'll just stop feeding you. The whole system is not set up for you. Okay, the whole system
Eric's
is a
talking
system.
about too. Like, if you're not into reading like 2,000 pages or whatever, how many ever he said it was?
No, it's 2,000 square acres of trees that's connected.
I said it was 2,000 pages. I'm like,
no, dude.
Smoking that good weed.
It's 2,000 square acres that is all connected. And it's connected by the largest mycelium colony, I guess, in the world.
I have no.
Perhaps you should check that out, Matt.
Well, no, what I was going to say, instead of like reading it, I mean, I was watching it last night, and it covers the same topic that Eric was just talking about.
Smoke them if you got 'em.
Fantastic fungi. It's on Netflix. It's leaving soon.
Fantastic fungi.
That's a great documentary.
Yeah. It teaches you all about mycelium and mushrooms and funguses.
The study of mycology.
All right, I'll check it out. I never watched it.
You've never seen it?
I'm not a TV person, dude. To be honest with you.
I ain't got time for TV.
I touched a lot of grass in my life.
Not 1 second. I have no time for that.
You know?
TV for me is only a bed. That's it.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the four. It's like the 4 minutes before you pass out from telling
Right.
this.
Just background noise.
I've gone backwards. Haven't turned the TV on to go to sleep in like over a year. It's actually been pretty
The
nice.
fireworks! It's time to go.
Not yet.
I love that shit.
Not yet, and he's actually early, but the true tester, the true cue to go is the cats plus the fireworks.
Yeah,
she's probably trying to just turn on now.
So we got time. You're not shutting it down.
Yeah, we got time.
What is that? What is that behind you? Is that like a portal?
Yeah.
Is that a portal, Matt? Is there a portal behind you?
It's a fair. He's at a fair.
It's a street sign.
Are you at a fair?
Sure.
It's a street sign. I was like, what is that? Like a fucking portal?
I believe that's the boardwalk, to be honest with you.
Oh, Ferris wheel? That's nice.
Maybe it is a fair. Yeah, that's
Can't live without the fan.
Amen, William, dude. Every night, even in the winter.
Dude, what is with that? Like, it's like it's like we're plants. You know, we need that vibrational stimulation.
I have two different fans. I have a winter fan, and then I have a summer fan. The winter fan is much smaller just for airflow, and the summer fan obviously bigger to cool me down. But yes,
you just wheel the summer fan.
24/7, dude. I'm the type of person that wants to be. I want to be under the covers and see my breath. Like, I want to be free outside of the covers.
Oh my god.
Well, I appreciate everybody for coming by. For those of you that are here, and listen to my bullshit. It's not bullshit. It's good stuff, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, the Matt chats, dude. I mean,
I enjoy it. Like, as much as like I bust Eric's ass about, Saturday nights being like the most inconvenient like fucking time slot that there ever was known to man. Once I get on here, like this is therapy for me too. Like I like talking to my community. I like interacting with you guys. I mean, you guys are here. You guys are serious. Our subscriber base is growing, so we're doing the right things. And hopefully one day our audience is massive, and not for the fact of just being a subscriber, but we want to reach as many people as possible and spread our message and spread our goal and get people where they need to be. I don't know why I keep maybe because it's getting dark out here. I'm just gonna shut this off.
It was sunny out when we started this, and it's gotten dark on you.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I noticed. Like that. You start a bonfire, dude. Are you really gonna do it?
Yeah, I have the wood right here.
I am so ready
for
the bonfire, brother. It's
there's
the bonfire is like your grow. You're sitting in your grow all by yourself with the door shut. You're in there. A bonfire is the same shit.
Yeah, I mean, we're chilling, we're doing our thing, and we're gonna smoke a lot of weed while we're out here, So,
yeah, come see us at the show.
100%. I can't wait, man. I'm so excited for this show.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys are close to, like New York, New Jersey, what's that other state that no one really cares about?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's where it's at. Yeah, that's where it started.
Ohio.
Yeah. I mean, if you're within the tri-state, I think they call it. I'm not really from that area, I don't think.
Connecticut, you mean? Delaware?
Connecticut? No. Well, yeah, Pocono, Pennsylvania. It's at the West End Fairgrounds, July 27th, 28th, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, it's in Gilbert.
Yeah, but I think the actual event's called the West End Fairgrounds. I think that'd probably be easier for people to find.
Right.
It's called Canna World Fair. It's pretty big, actually. I mean, it's just as big as some of the other events that we do.
Kids outside.
Sorry, guys. Hang on.
That's a dog that lets you know, like, you do not want to break into that house. You know?
A leaf blew by the house and I'm being told about it.
Yeah.
Shepherds are so crazy. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the people in the area, you know, we definitely encourage you to come out.
Please.
The events are cool in themselves, but you know, you get to get discounts that we don't really give anywhere else. We do raffles and stuff like that on site. It's
Who cares
actually
about that? You get to meet us, guys.
it's actually pretty dope.
Fucking hang out
And
and shit, you know?
Selfies, you know, whatever you want.
we
I'll
smoke a
autograph your
ton,
seat
so
back.
you know,
What-
you come burn with us. We'll always have something for you to smoke. Matt walks around and gets samples from everyone. So,
Dude, don't tell people my secret.
hey man, they give
I have a
them
little
to you.
jar that I walk around, and I just like actually like just grody people for their bud. I'm like, oh, it's this. Oh, I'm just gonna throw this. I'll come back later. You know, I'm a collector. You know, I come back with Eric. I'm like, yeah, I got like 8 different strains here. I don't know what's what, but like, let's just smoke it. You know, I'm the sample man. Just let me
Right.
get a sample, man.
Yeah, but
Well, I heard that a lot.
they bring them with them, dude. Like these people literally come to our tent and they're like, "Hey, man, here's like 4 fucking joints." Like, remember the one year we had, because we don't carry change in the change box. Like we have like, you know, the obviously
Oh
the
my
spots
god, dude, we had
for the
hash,
cash,
we had fucking
but not like the
weed.
change. So all the fucking change slots were filled with joints. And like we had so many fucking joints that we ended up just like lighting them up with customers that were sitting there and talk to us for more than 3 or 4 minutes straight. We'd just be like, click, click, click. Here, man, hit that. And they're like, what the fuck is this? And we're like, I don't know. Let's smoke it
And here's
together.
the cool thing too. Like this last event that we went to,
Sit down.
there was a young lady who never grew. Well, I can't say she never grew before. She never grown at home before. You know, she bought seeds from us. She bought a plant. She bought lights. She actually bought 2 lights. She bought our Osiris, and then she ended up getting a Cosmo. But she showed up at this last event that we just did with one sole purpose, and that was not to attend the event. Like, you know, she really didn't care much for like some of the other things that were there. Overall, they're great events, but like she literally showed up with a joint, and she said, "Hey, you know, this is the plant that you sold me, grown under the lights that you sold me, and I came here with the intention of just giving you a joint so that you could." It was really good bud, you know, and she did that 100% our gear, our lights, you know, and she was super happy. And you know, she had grown plants before, but with all the wrong shit. And once I was able to, you know, guide her in the right direction, I work closely. Like, you know, these customers, like, they'll not only get into our groups on Facebook, but like, you know, they'll get on Instagram. Um, and I have people that post me I just got like 3 pictures today. You know, like, hey, this is an update. Like, they keep me updated, and I'm there to like tell them, like, hey, you know, I see you got a lot of stretch going on. You know, what kind of light do you got in there? And it's like a blurple, and I'm like, hey, listen, you're not doing bad at all. Um, you know, you're doing really well. Your plant is healthy. It's not deficient. You're gonna have buds, but you know, when you're ready to upgrade and you feel more comfortable, like hit us up, you know, because we're gonna take care of you. You know, we're gonna give you solid shit, you know, with help, you know, with one-on-ones, even if you don't want it, you know, and like you just have a question, you're like, hey Matt, hey Eric, you know, I got your you know, 660-watt light, and I just have a question on like, you know, what does this do? You know, we're just gonna tell you. It's not like you have to send an email. Like, you can hop on a chat just like this. I want you to, because I want to see your plans. I want to see your setup. I that's fun for me too. I like seeing other people do their thing, and I'm just like, you know, I'm happy. I love to see the success stories. you know, and I'm here for the ones that aren't so successful to get them to be able to post shit like that. And, you know, just to have those feedbacks. I mean, me and Eric have people that go to all these events that constantly come up to us, and they always buy shit because they know. But like, it's just hearing the stories like, hey man, I bought your, you know, your raw, you know, or I know we kind of discontinued that light, but like, you know, I'm just going through the whole spectrum of stuff, you know, or I grew your rose and oh my God, here's the pictures. Look at this. You know, it's great to see that, you
You
know, and
know,
that
it's
makes
hilarious,
us
dude.
feel good about what we're doing, you know, that keeps us wanting to do more. Like,
You know,
damn, like we're really getting people quality shit and we're really blowing it out of the box. You know, we got happy customers and people are just generally they're happy to see us, you know. Like we're not dodging anybody because we're ripping people. Like we show up every event that we possibly can. We're not scared, you know. And if you have a bad experience, or maybe you fucked your friend up at the very beginning. Like maybe you bought one of my seedlings, and you know maybe it died because you weren't fully prepared on it. You come see me, man. Like, and
I
I'm
I
we
have
give
two
so much shit
comments.
away to people. You have
That
comments?
Yeah, that just blew by. I have to add something, Matt. You look like right now, since all the sun went down, you look like you're in one of those like Drug Inc. interviews, except we didn't dub your voice.
We just
Okay.
gave out those
Because
voiceovers.
you got
I
the
do a voiceover trick.
Yeah.
yeah, man. I mean, like first when I started, it's just like what?
Back in the 90s, and we were just spraying blocks and wet.
Yeah, dude.
Wet people.
Yeah. And then William Groover, he said that he doesn't feel like his 300 watt works for his 4x4. Bro, it doesn't. You can't work with that because if you do the basic watts per square foot, that would be good for vegging. But when you get into flower, you would really need a minimum of 480, and we really tell that you need a minimum of 680, just because you need a better demand than 30 watts per square foot, especially because most of the time a 450 watt doesn't have the coverage that you need for a 4x4. I feel like that's a big injustice they've done to growers in the industry, which is take away the ability to have the right coverage to fit your budget. And I think that that's unfortunately a symptomatic thing that happens from the industry doing that. So 300 watt would probably not be enough, and an upgrade would not only give you, like you're saying, enough power to make your flowers pop, but it would give you enough power to have colas in the corner. Yeah, and then you would have so exactly 300 watt is why you only grow two at a time in the tent. But like you're wasting real estate, you know. Have a good night, Cicero.
Yep, bro.
But like you have a certain amount of space, you should be able to throw dense photons into every square inch of it. Hey, there he is. That was really funny, dude.
I came to the light.
He went to the bar to smoke a bowl.
That was really funny. That was really funny. I just like saw it getting darker, and he has the hat on, and like that's what they do to like disguise the person's fucking like body. You know what I mean? They'll put like some shit on him or turn him around so you can't understand their features. But yeah, it was really fucking
Yeah, they
perfect.
put the bandana on up here.
The land
Here
of
you
Lincoln
go.
paid the electric
There's
bill.
no time with this.
Yeah, dude, the
The
electric
cat's
bill.
already flying too.
There it is. The electric bill is what we're trying to. The electric bill is what we're trying to attack currently for home growers. Again, we were talking about watts per square foot. So if you are growing with something that is 100 watts, you need 200 watts of flower, right?
I don't know if anyone can see that.
We have people with our Osiris light, which is only 45 watts each.
Doesn't pick
So
up non-humans.
two of them would be 90 watts. A lot of people veg with like 2 or 300 watt lights and then don't have 600 watts to throw it in flower. So that becomes an issue. So if you have like a 400 watt light and you were to go with something that really runs a lot less wattage and still throws down good spectrum, you're actually gonna get much better results after changing to your flower light that you would than you would using these so-called full spectrums for veg, and then just moving it closer to the plant for flower. A lot of people have their lights on like 75 to 100% in veg, and that again you run out of steam. So got to keep in mind watts per square foot when you try to pick a light for coverage, and then after that you need to think about how much of that power you're using so you don't plateau when you start
four by four minimum 600.
Yeah, the math comes out to 480, but 600 is what we always recommend.
I mean, here's the thing too. Like, keep in mind, guys. Like, and I know we're like getting close because the cats are out, but let me just say this: like, you shouldn't have to run your light jacked up on 100% for like months straight. I mean, like you're doing more damage than good. Now, are your lights capable of doing that? 100%. But like, that's like flooring your car and keeping it redlined for like the entire trip from like Maine to Florida. Like 1,500 miles of just fucking all gas, no brakes. You don't want to do that to your car. You don't want to do that to your light. You don't want to run something 100% full bore, full blast. You're going to get, like I've seen people burn drivers, melt boards, like
right. But assuming your light can handle it, because our lighting, you could have it on full blast in a small space forever, and it won't break down components. But like what ends up happening is these light nerds, that's what I call them, they came up with DLI now. So realistically, you don't have to go that deep into lighting. William's comment is really the problem. He said the light came with the tent. It's Mars Hydro complete setup. Seems like the setup should actually give you what you need for the space instead of gypping you.
Weren't we just looking at this, Eric? We were looking at.
Why don't you just call Mars and see if they'll answer a question?
Well, that's the thing. Yes, we were just doing this project.
You're set up for failure right off the
right. Exactly. And 350 watts for a 4x2 is monstrous. You're gonna have a lot more than you need in there because that's 8 square feet. So
yep.
You're gonna be closer to like 40 watts a square foot. So, but like that's the big issue here, is that you're not getting the right equipment with your setup from the start. So it's hard to know what you need. Now, again, though, if you had a plant, which the plants, Matt, you're killing me.
What happened?
He's bailing. He's bailing out, guys.
All right, man. Well, have a good night, Matt. If you want to drop out of here, you can. That's fine.
Bro.
What, did my camera turn or something?
Oh yeah, he's throwing me off completely with the fucking cats. Yeah, I'm trying to like say something here.
Like
There's fucking cats are here.
Dude, I'll take the cats away. Relax, dude.
It's so distracting, bro. Like, you expect somebody to fucking be able to pay attention to what they're thinking when you got fucking cats with sparklers everywhere, fucking spinning around with fireworks. This is like the ultimate fucking test to see if you're not crazy.
Where did you think of that karma?
You know what I mean? Holy shit, bro. But your plant has an ability to know like what it has there. So if this is a tolerance, this is a this is a metabolism. Your plant is intaking the light. It's like, you know what I mean? If somebody told you that you're putting food in your body, and that has nothing to do with the metabolism, you'd be like, you're insane. You know, so this is the same thing with the plant. This is being obtained and then converted into energy. So that the plant is consuming the light. So try to get the concept to understand the concept. The plant is consuming the light, and those different spectrums are good for different chlorophylls. You have chlorophyll A, B. You have stressors. You have root. You have root auxins that react to UVB. You have all sorts of things that happen with different spectrums of light, and also intensity. So this plant knows what's going on. It's eating that. So if you're giving your plant, right, the setup, this is what I'm telling you. If you set it up with a ton of photons, and then you get into flower and you have no more for it, that's the problem. You could take 100-watt light and run it to 50% in veg, don't go higher than that, and then double it in flower, and your plant will be nonetheless, problematic, because of the thing will have double the photons it did in veg, and that's what it's looking for. I have another tent, it's 5x5, but I don't have anything for it. Definitely going to make sure I buy the right equipment since I'm buying each piece. Listen, man, we sell 5x5 lights. We sell lights that are custom made, so you can really do anything with them. Definitely let me know if you need some help. You don't even have to buy a light from me. I don't really mind, but really you need to be educated before you make a mistake. And that's the key here, you know. Nobody selling a grow kit really cares if you have what you need to succeed. They actually would rather you need to keep purchasing stuff from them. So there isn't a great market for you to just go look through and have the it's not like you're going to go and be able to shop for grow equipment like you should shop for anything else. You shouldn't be able to go on Amazon and just click something that's so complete. Like this industry's not even old enough for people to have made so much equipment that now it's a complete base, common thing for you to make a super easy to use grow system that's very reliable and very efficient and effective. Like, this is the beginning of this stuff. There's no way that shit exists yet. But being that the industry likes to lie about that and try to sell you this fake shit, that actually is what pushed us to make what I'm talking about not existing. So, for our little slice of the real estate in this industry, that is possible. That is reality. We do have total control systems that are climate compatible and give you the right photons for the size of the tent. The light's not too hot for the fans. The fans actually can cool down the tent. Your humidifier could actually get to a temperature and humidity that's working for your VPD because the system is not fighting itself to exist. That's really the problem that I see with all those things. On top of him underselling a light, saying it's 5,000 watts and it's fucking 400 watt draw from the wall, or 300 watts. That was the worst one. I had somebody hit me up and they're like, "Hey man, what could I do to help me out?" And he goes, "Here's my light. It says 300 watts or 400 watts, and then you look and it says 40 watt draw." It's like, dude, like
watts are watts.
And Eric, the diodes aren't right? Like,
I mean,
I learned some
leave that
diodes
out.
from you the other day. So is it like there's too much UVA and not enough B, and you were talking about how you would boost one for a couple of hours, and then how do indoor growers consume all that knowledge from you with that?
Well, I mean, that's the one thing that you kind of have to have some prerequisite into this. And like, for a beginner, getting the right equipment is number one. For somebody that's not a beginner,
don't waste your money up front.
Yeah, right. So if you're not a beginner and you're more advanced and you already have a light, you've got grows under your belt, and you're like, listen, dude, I'm now gonna go spend $600 to $1,000 on a light, and I want to spend money on a really good light. So now when you get into it on that aspect, now that's when my nerdy science ass gets out here, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, are you even getting what you're paying for? Is what you're paying for the
Yeah.
right spectrum for what you're using it for? Are you going to be getting the results from that they say? Because truly to have these components would quadruple the price of your light. So it's like something's off there. So that's a whole nother side of it, Rod. But if you're trying to get specific and go and buy a light that's like the best on earth, there better be somebody there to answer the phone and tell you exactly why their product's better, and then not only prove it to you, but show you results. And far too many times we see big companies give a ton of shit away, and then they're like, hey, well, we'll end up giving it away to some great growers, and then you'll have you'll have good results. So, and they sell that as a normal thing. So it's just, and it's crazy because I know people that don't do terrible with these Mars Hydro setups, but they can't fill the whole tent, and that's where a lot of people are too. Wasted real estate. Matt, you can put your cats back up. I can. My concentration is.
He's in front of a bonfire. He
No,
don't
dude,
care about nothing right now.
the cats are an inconvenience. I'm just gonna keep. I just bought this dog right here, so keeps the cats away.
Well, when you're on the screen,
like Pet Supplies Plus, I just ordered it. When you're like, get rid of the cats, I'm like, all right, I'm on it, dude.
Listen, bro, when you're there on the screen, it's one thing. When you're not on the screen, it's just fucking mayhem of cats and fireworks.
No, dude, I didn't realize that. Like, I walked away from the porch because, like, when I have no light and I'm black, it doesn't show my. So I totally like.
That was crazy.
I set the phone down, like, fire. So
it was just
I was
cats.
listening the whole time.
Cats and sparklers just.
Dude, they were like overlapping each other and flipping. Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, William, the industry is misleading. We're here to shed the light on people's grows, no pun intended. But we'll show you the light and we'll show you how to use it.
All right, we're gonna slide right into our 9:30 slot of Cannabis by the Campfire.
Dude,
the Canna fire.
I feel so much calmer now.
Because the fire's there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was telling Chelsea last night. I'm like, dude, my fires belong in like Better Home and Gardens. Like, somebody should come and record my fires, and it's just getting
Rod. Let's not get out of hand, all right?
Let's not get too crazy.
Cicero, depending on the area you're in, we have done setups in places for people, initial setup and delivery, yeah. But we're branching out. You said you're nowhere near us, but we're branching out to be in shows, that are more accessible to people in different areas. So hashtag Canna Fire session. But,
yeah, right.
We were gonna do Ohio this year, but ended up not working out for everybody to be able to make it. So that might have been something you could have gotten to, but we're gonna be. I know me and Rod were talking about something in Michigan for next year, possibly getting into the area of Michigan. So we could try to get some of our members in that area to be able to experience us at the show and hanging out. And
yeah, dude, we love to interact, especially with people that we know that are in our communities, that aren't just randos popping up at an event. Rather sit, trust me, and we do. Like, we've had Nick stop by a few times. Sit there and we kick it. And, like, you guys are welcome. Like, grab a chair, pull up, sit behind like our, little table and hang out and smoke and see what the culture is about at a live event. Like, because you can only can only take so much in for, like, just walking around. Like when you see it and like you are there firsthand and how we interact with our customers, you're just like, wow.
No, Matt, that's something. That's something so like it's like it's so rare. Like you'd have to, like you're saying, you have to be there and hang out for a couple minutes to see like the energy. These people come up. They're from all different, ages too. Like you'll have like 65 or 70-year-old people come up and be like, "Hey, I really love what you guys are doing. I heard this guy talking for a minute. I really respected this and that." They buy something, and then the next year we see them again, and they're like stoked to see us there, and that energy is amazing because you get to, you get to actually make a difference. Yeah, Peter, Illinois needs some business. I hear you, bro. We're primarily over here on the East Coast, but Virginia needs some shows. Everyone here so misguided. Just don't understand, right? Like that's the thing, man. Once we start getting our foundation laid, we're gonna move out into these other areas and hopefully be able to fix some stuff for you guys.
Hey, so I cracked a joke at a guy from Ohio, one of the Facebook group admins. We were talking about how Michigan's been like med and rec for 10 years now. We've been rec, and Ohio just turned recreational, right? And I said, it's nice having a little sister. He got all mad.
That's funny, dude.
Yeah.
Peter, it's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time, man. We've been doing this for close to 5 years, and we've helped hundreds of people get equipment, thousands of people get seeds. It's kind of an uncountable, amount of people that we've helped. That come ask questions or hit us up or anything like that. But that's that's what it's all about, and we're gonna, whether it takes us the short road or the long road, that's our only mission while we're here. So really doesn't make a difference. We'll get there, man.
Yeah. Get back to the basics. Like this whole like put aside this whole cannabis industry thing. That was made up. That was made up.
What?
Regular growers, everyday people, is different from the cannabis industry, and people need to separate themselves from that and realize that we're part of that, but we're not part of that. Is that?
We're the Robin Hoods. We're the Robin Hoods. We're gonna steal from the rich companies, the clients, and give them back to the poor communities so we can have that back. Yes. Cannabis is coming back to the poor people. Sorry to put it that way, but if you're not a quasi-billionaire, we're doing this for you. If you're quasi-billionaire, you better watch the hell out, because we're coming for every home grower you guys are screwing, and we want to get them back into the right side of things, because it's terrible, dude. You have massive companies just making dollars and turning your hard work into their Ferraris and shit like that, and you're not even getting anything for it. It's really sad. We're gonna smoke shop and watch people buying Delta products. I just want to say, hey, here, smoke this. Let me know what you think. From my boss at Fiery. Yeah, bro. It's hilarious. But I went into one of those like not so legal shops, and I had some weed on me that a buddy of mine grew as our strain. And I asked the guy, I was like, what's the nicest stuff you have in here? And he grabbed the nicest stuff he had. And it was like stupid price. I don't even remember. It was too dumb to remember. So I pulled out a jar and I handed him bud. And I was like, what do you think of this? And he was just like, wow, man, this is beautiful. He's like, where the hell did you get this? And I was like, somebody grew it. It's a strain I know of that somebody grew, and he's just like, no, this isn't nobody grew this at home. And I was like, dude, It trumps everything in your store.
Yeah.
And this guy has like less than a year of experience growing. So like I don't think you really have an idea. And the guy didn't believe me. So I did it like 3 or 4 more times. And he was just like, I feel like you're just getting the best bud you can and bringing it in here. I'm like, no, dude. And I showed him 2 or 3 of the plants, and he could see the bud is on that plant, like it's just not trimmed. And he's just like, fuck, dude. Like this is gonna put me out of business. And I was like, this is the only reason you have a business.
Right.
Yeah, like
Like, bro, the people growing and not ever stopping is the reason you have a fucking business. So, it's crazy you guys do them so dirty.
I concur.
That's my rant.
I concur.
Homegrown here.
if I had to pick you or the bonfire, I'd say put the bonfire back up.
Dang.
Yeah, wow, Rob. Shots fired.
It's just a joke.
Shots fired. Matt just immediately puts the fire back.
Like, sorry, sir.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
It's like the Yule log.
Yeah,
Put
we're
on
gonna
Christmas.
close this up.
It's an infomercial.
exactly.
I also build fire pits. No, I don't.
Yeah. I start fires this fall. I'll show up.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, thanks for joining us. We're all gonna call it. It's been an extended version, and like I said, enjoy this episode because for some reason Facebook didn't put it just for our subscribers. But if you were here, this is something that we do every week on our subscriber den in our podcast. And as always, if you're our podcast listener, we will have this uploaded to Podstream tomorrow. So check us out on Podstream.
Also, if you have a fire, build one and smoke a bowl and hang out.
I know.
Enjoy your night.
I know.
100%. And
Good night,
without any
Cicero
further ado,
Cicero William. Good night, guys.
without any further ado, I'm out of here.
All right.
Go and enjoy some family time.
Have a
fried
great
chicken.
tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Take care, everybody.
See you later.
Later, guys.